In Indonesia, after 54 years, Mount Agung has erupted. The volcano is spewing ash 4,000 meters into the air, and as many as 40,000 evacuees making their way to safety. Authorities have issued the highest level warning yet, causing a 24-hour cancellation of all flights in the main airport of this hotspot tourist destination. Over 59,000 local and international passengers remained stranded. Well, to get a better feel of how massive this eruption is, we're going to speak to meteorologist Chad Myers. And Chad, authorities there warning of an imminent massive eruption. What can you tell us?
Well, you know, there are so many different types of eruptions, Linda. You can have just the ash cloud, you can have a lava flow, you can have a pyroclastic flow, you can get the explosion like we saw at Pinatubo or Mount St. Helens, which of course we don't want that. That would be equal to or greater than many nuclear bombs. So that's the least thing. But the good news is it released a little steam and ash over the weekend. The slower you release it and the more you release at the time, the less likely you have of an explosive eruption. So that is some good news. Now, the wind is still going to be in this area. This is a map of the wind. It's going to be very windy for a while, 30, 40 kilometers per hour. That may blow some of the ash away, but will make the ash fall go down. The ash fall is all the way here into the eastern sections of the ocean. So we have the column of the eruption of the ash going up. We have a lahar possible. We saw one yesterday with a very heavy thunderstorm right over the volcano, and also the pyroclastic flow, certainly something we absolutely do not need. This would be the worst possible thing for this eruption because of all that gas that flows downhill. We have a 10-kilometer ring right now. We may need more. Here's the why planes are not flying. This is a mock-up of a plane. All the red surfaces would get just so much abrasion from the ash in the air, the pilot wouldn't be able to see because the window would look like frosted glass. But it's the surfaces, the lift wings, the frontal surfaces of this airplane that would get eroded, because there's pumice in the air. You know what pumice does to your hands and your feet. But something else. When the ash gets into the jet engine, it remelts almost back into magma or lava. Not really, but and then as you get back toward the nozzle, it gets cold again. So all of a sudden you can freeze up a jet engine, and it's happened in the past. And they look terrible. When they come out of this ash cloud, there's holes in places there should be solid metal. There are not holes in places that should be the cooling places. And so you cannot put a jet engine into an ash cloud because there's rock up there. It is lava waiting to remelt. And that's why planes don't go there. So all of these travelers that are stranded, if this continues for days, weeks, months, a month isn't a long time in geologic time. They may have to be on ferries to other islands to get to other airports to get out of that area. Now, if you're going there, and this is a huge tourist season, I just want to tell you that there's 60,000 kilometers of shoreline in Indonesia. Although, obviously, this is one of the most popular areas. You don't need to cancel your flights, you don't need to cancel your planes, but you need to make different arrangements to different airports and maybe different resorts.
So, Chad, we know that tens of thousands of people have been evacuated. You said this could go for weeks or months. Is there any indication of how long it really could last and when people could expect to go back to their homes? You
know, the 63 eruption probably lasted a good 1 year. And it's a little bit difficult to say how much and what the magma chamber looks like and what's going on under there compared to the 63 eruption, because plates move, lava moves, magma moves, magma chambers move, tubes move. What we would like to see from this is a nice just flow like Kilauea in Hawaii, where the lava just comes out, it gets down to the sea, and that's it. It just goes for a long time. It's that explosive eruption that would be so devastating to the island itself. That's why people are moved so far away, but also to tourism for that island. It would take months for that to come back if we had that type of explosion. So certainly that's not what we're looking for here. If it steams and smokes and you can't fly into the airport, people still live through that.
Yeah, well, hopefully they get the best possible outcome. Some great graphics there from the Weather Department. Good to have you with us, Chad. Thank you.